Welcome in, everyone. We are here at the Surf and Turf podcast. My name is Diego. I will be the interviewer today off camera. So I will be talking with Surf and Turf, also known as Richard and Humberto. How you guys doing? Everything good?
Very good. Very good. Thank you.
Yeah, so far so
Nice.
good.
All right. So I guess I want to start off for the listeners who maybe it's their first podcast that they're watching. Can you give a quick overview of your company and the role that Global Pro plays in the seafood supply chain?
Okay. Well, first, I would like to say thank you to all the people that watch our first 3 or 4 podcasts. It's over a year that we haven't done this thing because we don't know how to do it and we didn't have the right people to do it. So now we're back. We have Diego helping us. He's going to be leading us on the next 4 podcasts, and we're going to try to do it at least once a month. So yes, thank you for watching and listen this past podcast. As I mentioned, it's over a year, and yeah, I think we have a lot of talk to. I have a lot of things to talk to, and yes. And going back to your question, well, Global Pro is a company that we started a long time ago.
Yes.
Here with
15 years ago.
15 years ago with my business partner Richard and some people on the administration, and we start bringing little by little seafood from Mexico. We were taking advantage that we have connections down there. I'm originally from Mexico, and we start bringing seafood, which is something that is happening for years. We're just new on the market, and we start little by little bringing seafood, and we start finding a market for the products that we pick and start bringing. And 15 years later, I think we're doing a great job with all the up and downs that all the companies has, but we are now bringing. If you see how much progress we make over the years, we are now bringing seafood from Europe, and we are selling in the USA nationwide, and we are sending a little bit of products to Africa, and we were sending products to Asia. So yeah, we've been having a successful progress little by little, like this beautiful country gives you the opportunity to grow.
The American dream.
American dream.
Yeah. I remember 15 years ago when we first started, small, tiny office, trading here and there. Then opportunity came. We start processing our own in Mexico. Start doing, exporting to the UX. Did a little bit to Asia. Then we got bigger. We got more locations in Mexico, and then now we even have location to in Europe, and doing more products, more volumes to the states, to international wise, and along the way we have new team members join us. We have investors coming into us, and the family just getting bigger and bigger.
What products are your biggest focus area now in 2025?
Well, this year was a little bit different than all the past years. There's a couple of situations that happened affecting, I think, this industry on all the industries. But as I mentioned, when we started this company, we were trying to figure out what is because we are competing with very, very big companies. There's huge companies in this country that we cannot even compete. Still, we cannot compete against them. So we were trying to figure out which markets, which products we were strong and we were capable to bring and start business. And the time gave us experience, and we were focusing in mainly blue crabs.
Yep.
Blue crab, I think, is our number one product as of today.
Yes.
We are very strong on blue crab, and I think we already have a name out there that if you want blue crab, well, we receive a couple phone calls. But yeah, that's been our leader product for the past years. We have more. We sell more items, but that's the main product that we've been selling for the past years.
Yes, yeah. At least I know for the past 6, 7 years, I wouldn't say leading the industry, but our volume has been increased on quarterly base on blue crabs, whole blue crab, clean blue crabs. And this year, everybody knows, chaotic, but also chaos create opportunities. Okay, I would say the first 3 quarters this year, we already passed last year. So it's been a great year for us.
Yeah. I wanted to, since I know you guys a little bit personally, I wanted to ask for the viewers at home. So, or since you guys are an importing company, can you explain how much travel goes into just the overall work that you do, whether it's visiting clients or visiting suppliers, or can you just explain to the people how much traveling consists within your guys' work?
Yeah, a lot. A lot. I'm gold. I'm a gold member on Hertz. I'm gold member on American Airlines. There's a lot of trouble, and also I think we are old school. I like to see people face to face. We do a lot of business over the phone, but the big deals or sometimes just with a trip you can save 4 months of phone calls just going and see the customers. And I think this industry is a very face-to-face industry. So yeah, it's been a lot of troubles and a lot of a learning process, because over the years we needed to learn. It's not easy to bring products to this country. There's a bunch of regulations that we need to comply, and we comply with a lot of certifications. There's a lot of things that we need to take care in order to bring a good quality product, and we cannot risk bringing a product that is going to be a problem or a headache, or we can harm someone. So we do our due diligence. There's a lot of factories all over the world, and but it's hard to find the right ones. It's a lot of trouble to get more sources. And once you find the right one, do the right negotiations and lock some products and on exclusivity basis, or dealing with all these international trades. But yeah, it's a lot of traveling and a lot of paperwork, and it's a lot of experience that we've been gaining over the years, because there's a lot of regulations, certifications that we need to comply, and we have them all right now, so that's good. It's a learning also. You can see when you travel, you see also opportunities, so also it's very interesting.
Yeah. I was traveling a lot. I was traveling a lot with Beto also. But nowadays, I don't travel that much. I stay in the office mostly. So he got to do double the work. Last time I saw him, he had a show here. Just imagine how long he's been out there.
Nice. So as you mentioned earlier, blue crab is one of your most popular products. Is there a difference, or is blue crab and crab meat the same thing?
Oh, that's a good question. Um, it's not this. Well, it's the same thing because came from the same species, but the process is different. And the blue crab, the crab meat, you need to do a very detailed and meticulous process in order to take the meat out of the crab, and then you need to put it into a containers or a can, and then you need to pasteurize. So crab meat is a very strict and detailed process that you need to do from the blue crab, and quality wise the standards that we need to have on that is very important because uh, all the food that we bring is frozen and you need to cook it and you need to uh, have a cooking process, and crab meat is already cooked. So you open the can, you add a couple of ingredients, and it's ready to eat. So that's not a cooking process. So
More dedicated process.
yeah,
I would
it's
say,
more
yeah.
delicate process.
But then again, Beto, he's the expert on this. Yeah, because he spent hours and hours in our facility, going over all the process, watching the managers, training the employees, So I would say on the crab meat, our quality, our safety is top the notch.
Nice. What regions do you primarily source your crab meat from, and why?
Well, crab meat, that's an item that we were not selling. Why? Because there's some countries that were very strong on doing that, and labor-wise, even Mexico cannot compete. There's overseas companies that they can process tons of containers of crab meat, and Mexico is not that big on that. Things are changing because of the tariffs and all these things that we're gonna maybe talk later. But now we are getting involved in some items that we were not doing because we were not competitive versus this also. As I mentioned, there's huge companies as competitors that selling products, but also there's huge companies that process products that we cannot even compete or buy from them. So uh, we were not buying from them. They were selling direct, but things changed now. Starting next year, this is gonna change, and now Mexico is a huge opportunity for crab meat, pasteurized, and some other items that we're gonna start bringing, and I think we're gonna have a very nice 2026.
Okay.
How have supply chain disruptions like weather, labor shortages, or tariffs impacted the availability or pricing?
I have a saying on that. It has no impact on us whatsoever because we don't have tariff from Mexico. Next question. No,
No, that's a very good question, and tariffs this year is something that I think was new for a lot of people. I think tariffs is a new way to do business in in America, and we didn't understand it very well. Now we know, and I think there's a lot of people that they don't get it, hundred
still,
percent,
yep.
still not get it, and also there's people that they don't know that at the end Mexico doesn't have any tariffs on seafood. Mexico has tariffs on some other items
Mm-hmm.
like steel or some other things, but in the food industry, Mexico is tariff free versus all the rest of the world with a minimum of 15% tariff. Some countries has
50.
50 or 35 or whatever, but Mexico doesn't have any tariffs, which is at the end of the roller coaster we were living at the beginning of the year. We were lucky not to have tariffs, and that's why we have now a lot of opportunities to be more competitive and compete against other countries that they have dominating the market for years.
Correct. Yeah.
So yeah, so for us, tariffs is because we don't have it.
Yes.
It's been a good thing. Also, we bring products from Europe. We're paying the tariffs. At the end, uh, we just needed to increase our prices.
Yeah.
Is We are paying for those tariffs, and we just need to increase the prices like everybody else. So yeah, but yeah, it's been good for us not having tariffs.
What imported products have been impacted the most by the tariffs?
Mm.
Well, on the food industry, the people that used to bring products from China, Brazil, and some other countries, which they have 50% tariffs, they struggling. I think their businesses are having very tough 2025. Um, on on our small business, we also bring blue crop from Europe. We're bringing products from Greece. We're bringing products from Turkey. We're bringing products from Italy. We were bringing products from Tunisia, but we stopped bringing from Tunisia because the tariff is too high. So it was out of the market.
Yep.
Yeah, but yeah, our main product from Mexico and our main product from Europe is being hit by the tariffs when we're talking about Europe. It's been affected
Yes.
big time.
Correct.
So a lot of the blue crabs and the products like that coming from Europe are the ones being affected by the tariffs.
Yeah, yeah. On
Well,
on our industry,
us,
but
yeah,
for us,
for
yes.
us,
But
yeah.
there's tons of food products that came from other countries, shrimps, mahi mahi,
Anything.
groupers,
Yeah. I
anything.
mean, in seafood industry, basically, if it's not from Mexico, if it's not from Canada, there's the tariff. We go high 50% Brazil, India. The next one in line is China, 45%. The lowest one I know is 15%. Doesn't matter. There is a increase. Like Beto said, yeah, it's good for us, but that's not something that we want to see anyway, because the consumers is paying the bills. Yeah.
So with that being said, how do tariff changes influence your relationship with international sources or customers?
It's been affecting. People are understanding. They trying to work with us. Some vendors trying to adjust a little bit the price, but they cannot go. They cannot adjust that high percentage. So we lost all the uh, some vendors from Tunisia. So it's been affected. Everybody's open to continue the relationship until see if this change, because it's been changing all year. But yeah, but it's been affected the relationship. We've been having a lot of meetings. We've been having a lot of Zoom meetings, phone meetings every month to see where we go and where we're standing and what's the projections, and everybody out there is hoping to things change, or if they're gonna stay like that, then we need to figure out a new strategy. But yeah, it's been affected for good or for bad. Anyway, I think everybody's been affected at some point
Yeah.
on this.
Yeah. Well, I mainly take care of the sales department, so I would say the effect is there because some of the people they do understand there is no tariff on the Mexican seafood, so it was easier to open new doors, which is why we was able to have increase on the sales the first 3 quarter compared to the last year's. Yeah. I would like more clients in the state know about this. Okay, it's not about taking advantage, but it is about taking advantage. So you will have a cheaper sourcing from when you compare with your competitions. Yeah.
So overall, it's been everybody has, for the most part, been understanding of the tariffs and been trying to work with everything that's going on.
Yeah, and that's my personal point of view. I think tariffs are good for protection on when you have local production. Uh, Mexico has been using tariffs since long time ago, and people doesn't even know. But it's maybe I'm not an expert, and but tariffs were created to protect your local supply, your local farmers, your local. But when you don't produce that product, when you don't farm, or when you don't harvest, because you don't have it, because of the nature of the country, and you put tariffs on those products that you need to source somewhere else, is affecting.
Yes.
But in Mexico, Mexico has a big production of shrimp, and we put tariffs to Ecuador shrimp since long time ago, because they were competing against our local farmers. So we have shrimp, we protect that way. Priority is protected our local
Yes.
farmers. Yeah. So, but if we don't produce king crab, why we gonna put tariffs on king crabs? Yeah, we are not protecting anyone, and we are only increasing the price to the local consumers. I
Yep.
don't see any point. So, I think tariff is a good thing if go specific to products that we are producing locally. But if you put in tariffs on things that we don't have, it's just increasing the price from the consumer, and is hitting your wallet.
Yes. Hitting everybody's wallet.
Yeah, everybody's wallet.
So would you say that higher tariffs trickle down to restaurants and consumers?
Okay, what is trickle down?
Do you think like the tariffs will impact the pricing in restaurants for consumers that
Oh
on that
yeah,
level?
I think it's affecting the tariffs is affecting all the industries, restaurants, supermarkets, everything, because it, as I just mentioned, the tariffs is they implement the tariffs on the country, not on the products. So all the industries is being affected. It's not just food, cars, electronics, clothing. Everything is affected, and the restaurant industry is being affected. We are selling 15% higher our products.
Yeah. On
Yeah.
the price wise, yeah.
This industry doesn't have too much profit. We need to work on based on very low margins. So sometimes 15% from the harvesting all the way to the end consumer. No one is making that much of a profit. So, so yes, we are passing that increase to the end consumer, to the restaurant, and then, well, we sell to the distributor.
Yes.
Then the distributor increase the price also to the restaurant, and the restaurant increase the price to the end consumer. So when you go to a restaurant, instead of paying $10 for a meal, now you're paying 25.
Yeah,
So
I don't know if I'm saying this right or not, but we live in California, by the way. Okay. So, beginning of the year, on a Saturday, I go out, have a brunch with my wife. It was like $35. Last Saturday, we went out, it was $60. Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah, I know we're all feeling those those price increases. Um, so I guess shifting gears a little bit, going back to more so on the products that you guys are focusing on because of those tariffs. Um, what are some of the products from Mexico that you guys are bringing in that aren't affected by these tariffs?
well, before I go there, I just wanna mention that we are not economists. I don't, maybe because someone watching this podcast, they say we are wrong. Maybe we're wrong. Maybe on the long run, there's gonna be something big that we don't know and we don't see. So I don't wanna leave this like we are experts, and all these tariffs, the way we see it is the way it is. Yeah, that's what we are seeing every single day. That's our experience every single day. But maybe on the long run, hopefully I'm wrong. On the long run, maybe there's was I don't know. I don't know
Yeah,
what, but it's gonna be another result. I don't see it, but maybe, but I'm not. Our business is to bring seafood and sell seafood.
yeah.
Not we are not on the economy analysis or other type of.
No, no. This is just 2.5 men having a conversation.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
it.
the half, by the
Yes,
way,
yeah.
guys.
Because he's behind the, behind the screen.
I'm the plus in surf plus turf.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're dealing with what is I think all the companies. Well, maybe there's other companies that they have more experienced people on these situations, but we are just transmitting what we are living every single day. That I know we are paying more for the product, and I know our sources are giving the same prices, so they are not suffering that.
Yep.
Yeah, my our sources from other countries, they are just giving us the same price. We are the ones that are dealing with that here locally. But as we mentioned at the beginning, the Mexico doesn't have tariffs. So it's bringing a lot of open doors for us right now. We're bringing four more species that we were not selling because we were not competitive. We're bringing
We're bringing the snappers.
we're bringing the
We're
snappers.
bringing the groupers. We even bring in the oysters.
Often frozen half-shell oysters. There was an Asian country that has control of the market of that,
Pretty much, yeah.
and now we're gonna be a little bit more competitive.
Yes.
So we start. There's four items or five items that we were not bringing because we were not competitive against other countries. So yeah. So at the end of the day, for us, it's a great opportunity, but we don't feel it like that because people are struggling on his everyday life. So so
Yeah, I mean, I know, I think you guys said it great, and I know the viewers that watch this podcast understand that we're speaking from the perspective of Global Pro, a company in America importing seafood from different countries and specifically Mexico, and this is just the experience of this company in today's time. But with all that being said, you brought up a very something that struck my attention, which is oysters because they're delicious.
Thank you.
Do oysters require any different anything different regarding importation compared to another shellfish?
oh yeah, oh yeah, oysters is a challenge basically. It's a very nice challenge, and
It was a challenge for us. Okay, it's a dedicated, delicious item, but it was a challenge for us to get it started.
yeah, there's in order to bring oysters to the to America, you need to have a special permit, which took us almost a year.
Yep. So,
We have a person in quality control dedicated to get that permit,
yeah, and he's
so,
bald now.
and he's bald.
Yes.
Yeah, and yes, and everything is different. Is way different than bringing fish or other items. You need to comply with way more regulations. You need to have a special permit. You need to have temperature controls from the ocean all the way to the end consumer. We need to control everything. The trucks needs to have a special certifications. The the trucks from Mexico to the border, from the border to our warehouse, from the warehouse to the customer, everything has to be with a special permit. You cannot just go and pick up in any truck. You cannot just cross the border on any truck. That all everything has to be with a special permit, and is regulated, and we have audits every 3 months. So from NOAA. So yeah, it's a nice, interesting
Journey.
journey
To get here, yeah.
to get here. But now we have them.
Yep.
So yeah, and now we can eat it.
Yeah.
Taste it.
So primarily you do frozen oysters?
Yes, we're doing frozen oysters. We didn't want to get into fresh oysters. There's big companies, they've been doing that for years, and I don't think we are uh, ready to compete against them.
Yeah, we're not
Yes.
there yet.
And
No.
and they know us as a frozen supplier.
Yes, correct.
Yeah, they don't know us as a fresh or live products. They know us as a frozen supplier. So we don't even want to get into that world, because even though we are on the seafood industry, you can break it in three different worlds: live, fresh, and frozen. So we are on the frozen part of this huge world of seafood.
Yeah. Well, yeah, the ocean is the biggest part of the world, right? So
Yes, it is.
there's a lot of things that you can pull.
Oh yeah.
But by the way, the half-shell oysters are farms, huge farms, in Baja area.
And beside us, I think we do have a strong item to back us up, the quality, and the taste, and the transportation time. Okay, even though it's half shell frozen, but it take us few days to bring to you.
That's an interesting point.
Yeah.
I think one of the best advantage that we have being neighbors of America is that in one day we can have the product here, versus bringing product from other countries, from Europe, Asia, takes if you're lucky 45 days to get the product here. So having all that time, uh, money wise, is very expensive, and the product is been sitting there for 45 days, and we just process it, freeze it, and bring it.
Yeah.
So you can have like basically you have fresh product within 1 week, only frozen.
Correct.
Yeah, we definitely had a sample of a few of those oysters, and they were delicious.
Yeah.
So I know another one of the products that you guys manage is the crab meat. Richard, do you want to explain a little bit of the situation that is happening in the market with crab meat?
Okay. Regarding to the crab meat, okay, this new regulation is going to be starting January 1st. Some people they say they postponed it. Some people say they're gonna go ahead for it. Cause everybody, each side has their reasons of what they're saying. I'm just saying this based on whatever the information has been put out there. Okay, which is gonna start January 1st. They have a regulation. The current countries that's processing it, most are now allowed to bring to the U.S., which make us stand out. Number one, based on the tariff, we can compete on the pricing. Number two, they are shut down. We are your source.
Nice.
Yeah,
So
that's big. That's a big news, because even though they pay 200% tariffs, they cannot even bring products to
Or
the
process it, yeah. What's the point to process it?
Yeah, they are, maybe they can sell on other parts of the country. Maybe they can sell their products in Europe, but
Other part of
in
the
America,
world, yeah.
no more.
so what you were saying is, so it's official that it's going to happen, but we just don't know if it's officially January 1st.
Based on the information that we received, officially it's going to be January 1st.
So starting January 1st, no other country aside from which countries are going to be
They are blocking not all the countries. They are blocking the countries that they have the most production. those countries, they can produce loads and loads of pasteurized crab meat.
Correct.
Yeah. So again, we're just dealing with the situations that are happening, and some are good for us, and it's sad that all these companies or whoever were doing that is gonna be struggling with that. But for us, it's an opportunity. But also, Mexico doesn't have that big of a size of production, so it's gonna be a problem on the sourcing,
Yeah.
because there's not gonna be enough. I can tell you right now, there's not gonna be enough, and maybe some restaurants they're gonna need to change the menu and take that out of their menu because it's gonna be hard to get that product. We already lock with our source all the production, but we cannot even compare with the production that they have overseas. We're not even close.
Not even close. Yeah.
We're not even close.
So essentially, the biggest producers of crab meat in the world, as of January 1st, they're not going to be able to import into the U.S.
Yep.
Correct.
But Mexico is not affected by that tariff.
No, we're not
that
affected.
policy. Not that
policy. I
Yeah.
guess. Thank you.
Yeah, and from what I understand, there's huge companies, American companies, that they had their own factories on those countries, and they are shutting it down. So yeah, economy wise, these big companies are dealing with that problem right now.
You mentioned a word that maybe not everyone is familiar with, but what is pasteurized crab meat?
Oh, pasteurized is a product that is on a can.
Oh, okay.
When you process a product, any type of food that you put it into a can needs to have a pasteurized process. A pasteurization is to kill all the bacteria. The pasteurization kills the bacteria, and the product can be on a can for 2 years.
So the crab meat that Global Pro processes is pasteurized,
Yes, it's
Yes.
pasteurized.
Correct.
and it's strictly pasteurized. Do you guys do any other?
We
is there
can
any other
we,
way to process
we
it?
can process it fresh, but as I mentioned, we don't do fresh. Yeah, there's pasteurized. There's crab meat on plastic containers, but the shelf life is. I'm not an expert on that one, but I think the shelf life is 15 days. So the logistics and all that is way too complicated for us because we are not on the fresh industry.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, there's that's another presentation, but we don't handle that one
So Global Pro focuses on the pasteurized.
on the
crab meat.
pasteurized.
Yes. Pasteurized.
Pasteurized.
Beautiful. What are some challenges of processing or importing crab meat, and how does Global Pro address them?
Well, regulations is been changing a lot as well. There's been changing a lot of regulations. We need to be heads up every single day on what's going on regulations, on permits, on regulations on some particular species. So we have a person that dedicates their time on that, because every time that we import a product, we need to figure out if there's new regulations from any institution. We have NOAA, we have FDA, we have Fish and Wild, we have a lot of organizations that controls the quality and the traceability of the product that we are bringing to America, and we need to comply with all of them. So the process of bringing pasteurized crab meat is not as hard as the oysters, but it's a process. And also, every time we want to bring a new product, we need to go over on all the regulations. We need to make sure that the source complies with all the health certificates, all the health issues, because at the end of the day, we want to bring a very high end quality product. So yeah, but there's also a lot of process and a lot of things that we need to do.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll ask Richard this. How do you how do you anticipate the U.S. consumer demands shifting in the next 5 years?
In the next 5 years, I couldn't say next 5 years because just this year it changed so many times already. Okay, people just try to save more money nowadays. Okay, the product it need to have the quality, also it need to have the value to make sense to worth it for the consumer to purchase. And I'm talking about the regular folks. Okay, I mean that's how I see it. The shifting gonna be. Okay, and maybe it's just gonna be the next year. Okay, hopefully it's just the next year. We will get back up again. Okay, I will now want to see that for the next 5 years. Yeah.
Okay. What is Global Pro most excited about as we end 2025 here?
The excitement, like I mentioned earlier, 3/4 already passed last year. Okay, and we are looking forward for the 2026 because as I mentioned earlier, the snapper, the grouper, the oyster, the pasteurized crab meat, and our regular item, blue crab, is all gonna be bigger and stronger next year, 2026.
You heard it here. A lot of big things coming.
A lot of bigger things coming.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, definitely. Excellent news.
And our podcast.
And our podcast. Yeah.
So you can laugh. You can laugh a little bit.
Hopefully.
Once a month.
Yeah.
Listen to us and saying, hey, these guys are crazy, or these guys are correct, or at least these guys are funny. So
Yeah.
thank you
Yeah.
for spending the time watching us.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter the way you see us.
Yeah.
you put in the time, so we
Correct.
appreciate that.
Yeah. Like what I used to say, so I can continue saying that, is you can be anywhere in the world, but you are with us right now, with 2.5 men. Hopefully we can bring a little joy, a little peace, while you with us. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you
Thank you,
guys.
Diego.
Make sure to like and subscribe to the video and tune into the next podcast coming out next month.